Yes, now we can see
Sí, ahora sí.
Okay, are you seeing the sandbox or are you seeing the slide?
the sandbox.
Okay, good. Okay, I will show you again the filters then. For example, in this case, we are filter only for a letter in the first name, but uh, we can filter for many things here. So whatever you want, really. In this case, I can filter all the content that has OPT in the first name. I can apply. Then I will give only the contact that have OPT in the name, and it depends what you want to filter. Yeah. Now let's change this for another. Uh, let's do use daytime field. It could be more useful. In this case, we can use create on. For example, when we are using a daytime field, we are allowed to use other filters. In this case, our filter related with date. Maybe uh, on is refers on a specific time. Sorry, on a specific daytime. On or after is on this day and after that day. Yeah. On or before is the opposite. Yesterday is for a specific day. Is exactly yesterday, today, tomorrow, next 7 days, last 7 days. It is very specific about what the filter that is applying. For example, I want to get all the contacts that were created last year. Then in this case, created on is the field, and I will choose the option of last year. Yeah, last year, and I will apply. In this case, I'm getting all the active contacts that were created last year. If you can be sure about the results, we can edit the column that we are seeing in this screen. For this, we can make clicking edit columns and add the created on field. That is the column that we are interested in right now. Then I will choose add columns and I will look for the column that I want to add. This case is created on. Close. And I can move the column for another order. In this case, I will put the create on at the first at the beginning of the view, and I will apply. In this case, we can see the created on in the view, and as you can see here, all of these contacts were created last year, yeah, because it is applying the filter that we choose in this option. Yeah. Okay. Let's continue with another option. In this case, as I told you before, we can add a group. What is the idea to use groups? When we are filtering data, we are filtering under an and group. Yeah, there are two types of groups, the and or. When you are filtering an and, all of the filters that are applied here should be complained in the request data. Then if I have 4 filters here, the data will complain with all 4 filters, not only with 1 or 2 or 3. No, it should complain for with all the filters. Then sometimes we need uh, a data that complain with some filters or with another filters. That's the advantage of the groups. In this case, I will add a new group. Yeah. And I will choose this is a NOR group. Yeah. Then okay, let me remove this one and this one to be sure that we are working only with the group. Then when I have another group, I can say, okay, I want to have all the content that were let's continue with created on. Okay, were created on last year. Yeah, or a new row. Those two filters will apply with or. Then I can complain with this one or with another one. Yeah. Then in the or I will say, okay, again, get it on. Yeah. But now last year, maybe last week. Yeah. Then I will get all the contacts that were created last year and all the contacts that were created last week. Okay, no, let's do something else. Let's choose today. When I apply this, I will get all the contacts created last year, and as you can see, there isn't any contact created today. Then let me create a new contact for today, and let's see that it will appear in the filter. Play done. Okay, I already were create, and I return to my view. In this case, as you can see, I'm here. Let's check the filters. Yeah. Then it is continue applying the filters, the contacts that were created on last year and the contacts that were created today. If I change this or for an and, it wouldn't be possible, and I will get an empty data because any no there isn't any content that was created last year and at the same time this week. Sorry, today. It couldn't happen. And let's apply. Let's see. Yeah. Then that's the difference between an or and an and group. Yeah. It is very useful when we want to choose data from different segments, and in this case, the or groups are the best. Yeah. Then and I can have groups under the groups. Maybe in this case I can add a new group. Yeah, and in this case, this other group could be an and I can have a 3, 4, 5 different filters here, but it will get the data that complain with this filter, and with this group of filter. Yeah, that's the advantage. You can go deeper in this part and take the advantage of the group. Yeah, let's move on with the related group. Sorry, with the related filter. Let me remove this one, delete, and then let's suppose I would like to get all the contacts, but for an information that is in another entity that is related with contacts. Then I will add a add related entity. I will choose a related entity. This is a list of entity that has at least one relation with the contact, and this is the field where is the relation in contact. Then, for example, in a contact, there is a field that is company name and that is related with the account entity. Yeah. Then I can choose yeah, let's do this one, accounts. Then it will get all the contacts that has this filter in the account, not in the contact. This filter that I will choose will be applied under the entity that I choose here. Then now we can see the fields of the account, not the fields of the contact. Those fields are the account. Then the account name, account number, account rating. Let's choose this one. Account name, I would like to say the account that begins with OPT. In this case is here, OPT. Then I will get all the contacts that are related with an account with an account that start with an account that the name start with the OPT. Yeah, I will apply it. Yeah, as you can see in the company name, all the companies here has the it start with OPT. And I could be more specific. I can say, oh, I don't want that start. I want a specific company name. Yeah, okay, let's do modify the filter. In this case, we will use equals. Then I will say OPT. Sorry, what is the sign? Okay, give me a second. I will try to copy this. I want to copy exactly the same name, and I will return to my filter. Then I will apply this. That is equals to. Then I will get only the contacts that are related with the account with the name OPT PNG. Yeah. Those are the contacts. Yeah. Then advanced files allow us to get more specific data for the entity that we are interested in. We can filter, we can apply different filters in different ways. In this case, there are 3 ways, as you can see, and not only under the over the entity that we are interested in, but in the on the or over the all data that is related with the entity that we are interested in. This is a very useful feature of Dynamics CRM, and you can take advantage a lot of this feature for maybe for a report, maybe for a view, because you can save this filter, this advanced view. Sorry, this advanced find, you can save it like a new view. Yeah, save as a new view, and you will get available this view for next time when you return to CRM, and it's very useful according to your what you need. Yeah. Okay, let's continue. Let's see. Okay, as I told you before, we have 5 options. In this case, we already see the atoms find. Then let's see the global search. Yeah, global search. Then return to our environment. Yeah, the global search is allowed for us in this sign. It is using this icon. We can make click here, and then we are allowed to make a search in the whole data of Dynamics. Before, with the advanced files, we are focusing on a specific entity, but in this case, we are not focusing on entity. We are focused in some words or some terms that we want to find across the whole platform. Yeah. In this case, let's search, for example, for Arley. Yeah. As you remember, I already create a contact with name Arley, and the global search which will search in the whole data, all the entities in Dynamics, and will give me the more important results. In this case, there are two options. I have one contact that is called Arley Santana, and there is one user that is called Arley Santana. In this case, is mine, is me. But I can look for something else. I don't know. Maybe Medellin. Let's see if there is any related with Medellin. Okay, in this case, there isn't data related with Medellin. There is no any data with a name or a field that contains Medellin. But let's see for OPT. As you can see, there are accounts. In this case, is Optimus. There are contacts. In this case, Rafaela is a contact that is related with an Optimus, and there are users that contains OPT in its name. In this case, Optimus Demo, Optimus Notification, Optimus Support, and there is an opportunity that is related with Optimus. Then, when I search the OPT using the global search, I'm not looking for on a specific entity. I'm looking for across all the platform, and it will give me the more relevant information that completes with the criteria. Yeah. Okay, we can take advantage of this in many times. For example, I have a case, and I don't want to go directly to the case. I just want to say, okay, case 01. Then I will search for, okay, search for case. Okay, let me see a case, a valid name. There isn't too much data in this environment. Okay, let's do search for a CAS. Yeah, CAS. When I search for CAS, yeah, I can have all the cases that, because all the cases start with CAS. Yeah, but I can say, okay, I don't know. I'm not sure about the case number, and I will say, okay, CAS 01109. In this case, I will get this case that complains with the search criteria, but as you can see, it didn't only search in the case entity, it searched in the across the whole platform, and just find one coincidence in the case entity, but it could be in another entity, and you will have the results here in different sections. Yeah, as we see before when we find only CAS. In this case, we have a contact that is Castro, Castaneda, we have cases, we have users. Yeah, this is a powerful feature of Dynamics that could save a lot of time, because you don't need to look for the entity, in the entity look for the specific field. You just click on the icon and search what you want, and if the register exists in Dynamics, you will have the result. I will be, and you will be redirected to the specific register. In this case, for example, when I choose this one. Yeah. Okay, this is the second option that Dynamics offer to us. Let's continue with the third one. Third one is the web API. This is a more technical feature, but this allow us to have the more powerful options to filter the data in the dynamic CRM. What is the web API for Dynamics CRM? Okay, the web API use the OData protocol, and the OData is data transfer protocol used to access and modify data in Dynamics 365. In this case, we are interested in the access to the data, not to modify. Yeah, OData allow us to make queries through the web API using different filters and in different programming languages, but we will see how to make a filter to dynamic CRM using only our browser. It is really useful, and I will show you how to get the needed information. Yeah, in the environment, you will check if you are allowed to access to this part in the advanced settings. Now, when you are the role to go here, okay, give me a second while the application loads. When you are allowed to access to this part of the application, you can ask, uh, you can see the information related with the developers. When then you can get the API directions or URL to use in the OData filters. Okay, while it is sharing, while it is load, I have the URL of the API here. I will show you later. I will show you where to get this. Okay, now. Okay, let's go to customizations, and in customization goes to developer resources, and in developer resources you are able to see the instance web API. Then you are interested to make queries through the web API, then you need this one because this is a direction or path or URL for the API that Dynamics offer to you. If you don't have this specific URL, you aren't able to make the queries for the CRM. Yeah, this is the more important part. Okay, I will copy here. Then let's open a notepad. Okay. Yeah. Okay. The notepad then. This is the web API, but we need to get the information from some specific part of the environment. Then how the web API works. Then in the presentation, we have a link to the documentation. Yeah. This is a official documentation from Microsoft that show you how to make the queries, the basic queries using the web API, in this case, the OData. Then what can be interesting for us is the filter part. In the filter, we can make different filters over the data that CRM CAD offer to us. For example, in this case, there are different examples here. You just need to replace this part with the web API URL that we already get from the environment. Yeah. In this case, is an example how to filter a product with the name equals to milk, or in this part is get all the products with a name that is different, not equal to milk. Yeah. Okay, these are different kind of filter that you can use, and here there is okay. In this part, let me share with you in this other documentation, you can get a complete list of filters that you can use here. In this case, equals, not equal, greater than or equal, less than or equal, and or not. This is a very useful documentation, and there are another examples here. Yeah. Okay. Let's to return to the to our API. Yeah. Then this is our API path, but we need to get information from the dynamics. To do that, how we can say how we can do that. Okay, let's see here. The first part of a request using the web API is the entity or table, as you can as you want to see this. This is an entity. This is the entity name, and pay attention. In this case, the web API always use the schema name, nor the name in the environment. Then that's the reason to say that is this part is more technical. It requires people with some specific knowledge about dynamics, but it's interesting to see. Okay, in this case, as you remember, we already make an advanced finds over the contacts, and the contact with the name start with Arlay, yeah, or start with OPT. Then let's do the same, but over the API. Then I will say, okay, I'm interested in contacts entity. Yeah, I can copy this and just open in the browser. Yeah. When I do that, I will get all the contacts because I'm not apply any filter. Yeah. I'm able to use the filter, but it's not mandatory. In this case, I get in a full of the entity. Yeah. Those are the data of all the contacts. Yeah, but this is not so useful because we are more interested to filter data. Then let's apply a filter. In this case, as you remember, we are different kind of filters. We can go to this part and see the list of filters that we can apply. In this case, let's to see what can we use. Let's to filter for a contact with the name. In this case, we are applying filter. Then I need to say filter, yeah, equal first name. I will say eq to see that is equal, and what I'm interested in is Arlay. Yeah, I want to see the contact tags. Its first name is Arlay. Yeah, we replace this one. Okay, first name. Let's to see the example of one. Oh, sorry. I will share my screen again. I stopped the screen. Okay. Filter. Okay, let's apply this one. It's better for us. It's better. Let's apply this filter because it's more useful.
Arlie, we're not seeing your screen right now.
No? Oh, sorry. Are you seeing my screen right now?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, my bad. What happened here? The controls are moving. Okay. Let's apply this filter. Yeah. I'm filtering. I'm saying that I'm interested of the contains. I will say, okay, the contains is who contains? Okay, the first name field contains In this case, Arley. Yeah. Let's see if it should get data. Yeah. And when I open here, yeah, those are the information about a specific contact that complains with that information. But in this case is contact which his first name contains Arley. But as you can see, there is a lot of information in the screen, but I'm not interested to get the full of the table. I'm just interested in some specific columns. How can I filter the columns that I'm seeing in the screen? Yeah, we are able to do that using the select option. All of this you can see in this, sorry. Okay, sorry. In this part. All of this, you can see the documentation uh, to be sure what you can apply in the web API. This is the filter part, but there is another part. Is the span. The span is to get information from the related entities. As you remember, for example, when we get information from the account in the contact, yeah, this is the use of span. But for example, now we are using the selling. What is the select? The select is which fields I want to get when I request information using the web API. I don't want to get all the fields of the contact. Sorry. I just want to get some specific columns, and that's the use of select statement. How can I say, how can I use select statement? Is really easy. It's just using this part, and in this part I will put the fields that I want to use or that I want to get in the retrieve information. Then let's do it. Here I will use, as this is a query string in the browser, we need to use the query string concat sign, that is this one, to say that I will apply another statement. In this case, statement is select. Yeah. Remember, this info is taken from here. Select equals. In this case, let's to get the first name. That is what we are interested in right now. Then when I do that and search again or retrieve again the information, what we have, compare. This is the last one, and this is the new one. This is the same contact, but it's a full of properties or full of fields from the contact, and this is just the first name. Always you will have the ID of the entity because this is the key, and you always will get the ID of the entity. But you can filter what or which fields you will get when you use the web API. Yeah, this is a JSON data, and you just need to parse this information to see in another way more beautiful. Then we can use JSON parser online. Yeah, I like to use this one, but you can choose what you want, or a standalone application is not, it is not important. Here, just put this is the result. Yeah, it's the same, just more beautiful view. Yeah, as you can see, I just have only one contact because there is only one register here, and I have the first name and contact ID. Okay, I want to get not only the first name, I want to get the first name and the last name. Okay, sure. Easy, just to add here first name and last name. Remember, always over the web API, you need to use the schema name, not the name and the dynamics form, because not always is the same. Yeah. Okay, I will get again the info. Yep. And now, as you can see, so let's see here is useful. This is just an information about the request, but as you can see, this is our register, yeah, or our field. Yeah, you can hear I have the first name and I have the last name, and always you will have the ID of the entity. Yeah, you can take advantage a lot of this, and it depends what you want. And as I told you, you have this information here. Those are the filters, operators, and those are the OData or web API documentation. You can go deeper in all the different options that Dynamics offer to you over the web API. But I think this is enough for the retrieve or query data from Dynamics. Okay, if you have any doubt, you can put in the chat, and I just can to say thank you. This is my email. If you have any questions, you can write me an email. I will pressure to respond to your questions.